It's a fascinating moment unfolding in South African politics. Over the last few weeks, Correctional Services Minister Pieter Groenewald has quietly overseen the rapid rollout of in-prison bakeries across the country. 13 facilities are now baking their own bread, with plans for 20 by 2030. The move aims to reduce reliance on external suppliers, save the taxpayer millions, and furnish inmates with real skills. On the surface, it's a win-win, cost savings and rehabilitation combined. But in the corridors of the ANC, frustration is simmering. Entrepreneurs, many with party ties, who once supplied bread to prisons feel blindsided. Contracts are gone, revenue evaporated. Some even say the minister's move killed their businesses. They point to an abrupt closure of outsourced bakery operations, absence of proper consultation, and the unintended fallout on small and medium enterprises. The political tension is real. To understand why this matters, we need a little history. Prison outsourcing has been a feature of South African corrections for years. Private or external firms supplied food, baked goods, services, sometimes as a way to manage limited government resources. But it also created opportunities, especially for business people with connections to the ANC, to secure contracts that supported livelihoods and, in some cases, local economies. Enter Minister Pieter Groenewald. Since taking office, he's made clear that financial pressures on the Department of Correctional Services are immense. The department's budget was slashed by over $11 billion in recent years. To cope, Groenewald introduced the Self-Sufficiency and Sustainability Framework, pushing for bakeries, pharmacies, farming, furniture, textiles, in-facility production to reduce costs and empower offenders with vocational skills. As of mid-August 2025, 13 prison bakeries are up and running, including at Westville and Durban's Durban Management Area. One facility alone produces nearly 3,840 loaves a day, saving the state an estimated $3 million annually. Across the board, combined initiatives have saved hundreds of millions in food and operational costs. Minister Groenewald has made this a central pillar of his strategy to rehabilitate prisoners and manage dwindling resources. That said, the backlash isn't hard to understand. Small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, including ANC-affiliated owners, had long depended on bakery contracts within prisons. The sudden switch to in-house production not only cut them off from income, but also disrupted planned operations and staff. Critics argue the closures were abrupt and lacked meaningful consultation, a decision perceived as heavy-handed and politically tone-deaf. According to some insiders, the decision risks alienating those who rely on such contracts to sustain their businesses and families. On the other hand, the minister and his team are adamant the strategy delivers on two crucial fronts: fiscal responsibility and rehabilitation. By keeping spending in check, the department can redirect scarce resources to pressing needs like security, infrastructure, and parole services. And by giving inmates hands-on skills, baking, farming, furniture making, Groenewald argues that the reforms promote discipline, purpose, and hope for reintegration upon release. Political analysts note that this clash reflects deeper tensions within the ANC, between the imperative to reform and save government money and the need to nurture party-affiliated entrepreneurs and the economies they support. It raises a broader question: how does government balance tough fiscal decisions with political sensitivity, especially when livelihoods are on the line? As of now, Groenewald has not publicly addressed the discontent from within the ANC ranks, but observers expect more formal pushback in parliament and party structures. ANC ministers and MPs may demand explanations or even reconsideration of the outsourcing closures, highlighting the risk to smaller businesses and arguing for a more phased or consultative approach. Yet, if the minister stays course, we may see further closures in other outsourced areas: textiles, food, furniture, accelerating the self-sufficiency drive. That could lead to more solidarity from some reform-minded party members, while alienating others still waiting for their share of government-backed economic opportunity. Looking forward, several scenarios emerge. 1. The ANC leadership could broker a compromise, such as reassigning some contracts, providing transition support or retraining to affected business owners, or creating hybrid models where in-house production and external partners coexist. 2. The department might stay the course, arguing that long-term sustainability outweighs short-term political cost. 3. The pushback could escalate, leading to parliamentary hearings or policy reviews that temporarily stall expansion of such facilities. Each outcome signals something deeper. A compromise could signal party unity and flexibility. Staying the course could demonstrate strong reform leadership but risk internal dissent. Escalation may reveal deep divisions and policy fragility, undermining future reforms across public-private partnerships. Regardless of how this develops, one thing is clear: the prison bakery initiative is not just about bread. It's about fiscal discipline, rehabilitation, political patronage, and the soul of public-private collaboration in governing today. It's a case study in how smart policy can collide with political realities and how government must often navigate both. As viewers, what do you think? Should prison services be entirely self-sufficient, even if it disrupts existing businesses? Or should the government find a balance that preserves livelihoods while building inmate skills? We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this dive insightful, please hit that subscribe button, share your perspective in the comments, and let's keep tracking how this unfolds. Your voice matters, and together we'll get through the thick of it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.